Okay. So I see quite a lot of grey sort of energy in here, meaning maybe this month is a bit more contemplative or, more quiet or calm, sort of an inner feeling month, but that's just from the grey energy around. We do have some really lovely cards to talk about, but let's first of all work through and see how many major arcanas you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas, which seems about what most people are having. We have court cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this does involve people in your month, other people than just yourself. So your thoughts and ideas might be moving around situations or relationships that are occurring around you and the energies that are being brought from them. But let's start up at the very beginning on the far left-hand top side with the Hanged Man. Your first card of the month, so as you walk into May, you are dealt with a major arcana energy straight away. Now, the Hanged Man is quite a difficult card to analyse or to sort of interpret in many ways because it has quite a juxtaposition of meanings. So I will go over for you the basic principle or fundamental main meanings that are emerging from the card. The Hanged Man quite often means that you have come to a junction in your life where you're at a crossroads, literally, which is why we see this here. You may have been travelling along this main road and then something seems to be putting in its own directional additives to it, as if to say, wait a minute, you've got to make some choices along the way. So it makes you slow down and think and contemplate what direction you're actually going in and what it is you want, what are the overall outcomes, what are your desires. It's actually quite a powerful card, but it definitely tends to slow things down and can sometimes even bring things that you have had, projects or deals or agreements or ideas or propositions, it can bring them almost to a halt for a time period. But it's a good halt because it gives you time to contemplate exactly which way it should be going in and also which way you want to go in. So that it can also be considered a spiritual card because we see this enlightenment around his head. So quite often when this card arrives, it is almost as if you go, wait a minute, my personal life isn't going the way I want either. I'm getting this feeling of growth or awareness about something around me that isn't quite fitting with the who I want to be. So many of you might walk into May with this whole conundrum of thinking that you are either possibly feeling as though you need to change, or there are opportunities for change, or there is this junction that's come up that's blocking you and slowing you down for some reason or another. So as I say, quite an in-depth card with quite a few different possibilities, but usually it does denote change and it can denote it at the deep inner spiritual level. We come to this next card and it's a favourite of mine. The Three of Cups is a really lovely social gregarious card. It's often about harmony, happiness, social gatherings and outings. It's also about the support and network of great friendships. Now it emphasises females in the cards because it's a picture of three women. It doesn't have to be women, this could be male friendships as well. But often when this card does turn up, you can literally be assured that three women will have a get-together of some sort and it will be just really wonderful, tight, harmonious, happy and loving environment. So it can be engagement parties or social events that girls have together, and often they're your good friends. They're often a blonde, brunette and a sandy-haired person or a dark-coloured person are involved in it. Really nice energy. We come here and you have a second major arcana card. So this first week feels as though it's quite a strong week. You've got a lot of love energies going on, or energies to do with relationships one way or another in that top week. Coming back to the High Priestess, she It's the embodiment of physicality as well as spirituality, so we're back on the spiritual plane again. She's also fertility and sexuality. So some of you may find that you are really attracted to a person at that really chemical level, like that chemistry attraction. Others may find this is a fertile time for the possibility of becoming pregnant and achieving a pregnancy. Some of you may be going through hormonal cycles such as menopause or starting puberty, or you may have family members that you need to keep an eye on through these changes as well. This can often be linked to this cyclical looking moon, which can have to do with when the eclipses were out in March. This energy is all about balance and bringing your spiritual knowledge into your physical world as well. She holds this great wealth of spiritual knowledge. Often this is a time when dreams can be very intense as well, and you can become quite psychic and have sort of messages from that whole spiritual or psychic world. So really fascinating week for you to start your month. Then we have this, the Ten of Cups. Everyone would love to see this in their readings. That is a gorgeous card, no matter which way you look at it. That is a happy, contented family standing back, praising their happiness and feeling this awe of wonderment about how life can just be gratuitous and be spontaneously rewarding. It's a couple with children, so children can be involved again, and there's just this general feeling of things working quite well at this point in time, and feeling as if when the universe delivers these type of energies, really engage in them and spend time like they're doing, giving thanks and fully embracing the positives in your life. We come down to this next week and we start over here, the Two of Swords. This card is primarily often about it's really interesting that it's under the Hanged Man the more I think about it, because he is often about stalling things and thinking things through and not being sure which direction to take. This one is just exemplifying that again. She sits there blindfolded, not entirely sure that she knows which direction she should be travelling in. She holds the answers, but she needs to go within to do a little bit of thinking. It's a good time possibly to write down a list of which is the better choice for you to make. So if you have a choice that could be coming up with, say, career, should I take this job or that job, and you're not sure which one to do, write a list down for the reasons for and against for each option, and you quite often find out fairly immediately when you look at your list which is the better one. Writing things down can be powerfully potent. It usually does indicate that she is just a little bit locked in her decision making and not feeling particularly confident in any aspect or direction. So she's seeking to find that knowledge. Again, we have this ecliptical moon, which we have had up here in this card, and I think this goes back to the possible eclipses in March, so this could have to do with a decision that was a month or two previously that you're still pondering on or trying to decide which direction to go in. We come here and we see another major arcana card that's sort of bundled up a bit at the top there for you in that first week, and this is Temperance. So this is about balance in your life and balancing all of the different perspectives of yourself. So especially diet and your energy levels and your spirituality. So listening to those and combining them so that they all flow exactly like she's doing in these cups or chalices. She is pouring one to the other. We also see that she has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. So it's the merging of soul and body, or physicality and mind. It's about incorporating all of those in together so that they cohesively work to address a situation to help you move forward, if you like. She also says to temper your emotions in particular, to keep them balanced. So if any situations are arising where there could be a need to put yourself forward in the best light, you want to think how to do that in the best manner. Temperance is a great word, and often in today's modern society we can flare up very quickly and lose our calmness, but she invokes the use of calm thought and power to move yourself forward. The next one we come to is this Four of Pentacles, and we see this guy clutching on like fury to his physical wealth, his manifestation in life. So some of you may feel as though there is this tightness or tight energy around your finances or your investments. You might be a bit worried about them, but what it actually tells us is that you have quite thoughtfully put them in logical places, and to let go of the fear and again use your thought as opposed to emotions in how to deal with your monetary situations or your investments or your creative ideas around money. I often think too this card can be literally money coming into you sometimes via a heart message or a heart giver. So sometimes that can be money that's gifted to you one way or another from a family member or perhaps from a charity. So you may see a slight increase in funds around this time if you can let go of any fear that surrounds it. Open yourself up to the universe and let money flow in. When we hold things tight and we hold them in fear, we stop them from coming in. So you stop that positive flow. We see this guy next here at the end of the second week in May, and he is the King of Cups. He's a water sign energy and often an older man. He could be someone who is coming to you in the form of a new relationship or someone in your circle of friends or work colleagues. That he's there for a reason. He possibly has something to say. He's very calm and someone that you can go to who is a great mentor or a person who will listen to any problems that you've got that you want to offload. He could be like a counsellor or a psychologist or someone or a health person who helps you out, any of those type of things. Alternatively, he may be, as I said, someone who you find attractive, and there could be a heart connection coming in. Now remember, not all heart connections have to be romantic, they can just be great friendships as well. The other thing about this particular format of reading, I watched this particular style grow from an older lady that I had come across a few years ago, and I learned this style from her. She had a particular way of dealing with each card and the interpretations, which is really what I'm embellishing in the reading. But one thing that she did say was that they were not necessarily completely static with the times of the cards and the placements of them, that there was a fluidity, that they could move either way by a week or so. So this could move itself up into April and this could move itself into June. So don't cut yourself off completely when I say this one is the exact end of the second week in May. There could be a little bit of movement, so allow for that as well. We come to the third week and we see this, another court card, so the Page of Swords. So this is when people are around you. And there's three of them in a row, and then you've got another one here. So it seems like the middle of May, your thoughts or energies or time are partly spent on dealing with other people in your life. So again, we come back to thinking, are they work-type oriented people or within your family that needs addressing, or are they romantic? Which there could be two of them here, or are they siblings or career oriented? These two on the left, the two swords, could be more career or legally obligated, because they often are, they're air sign people, and they're often to do with words or verbalization or things like lawyers or legals or documents along those lines. The pages are younger, they're more youthful, they often come in to excite the energy or to get new ideas going or to show us the youthful perspective of life, and that can be quick, fast, impatient, turbulent, moving things around. So expect a little bit of that type of energy at the beginning of this third week. And in fact, it keeps going. It even it amplifies itself, because the Knight of Swords, he just charges back on into this Page of Swords. So for a little while here, you might have this either type of person coming in who scintillates life and gets it really pumped up and activated, which is quite cool. In fact, it's yourself, isn't it? It's you are the air sign as well. So it could be yourselves just really harmonizing with your own energy or getting activated, or it's people coming in doing these sort of things, or it's the possibility of some sort of projects or wordy or legal activity going on around this point in time. We come to the Sun, major arcana card in the third week. It's another card of fertility. You've got two cards that speak of fertility and sexuality and conception and child or pregnancy, also children. This is quite a young looking week in here. You've got all these youthful type energies, so kids or people or social things that are young, that pertain to the youth. Something's on your mind about youth in this particular week. But the Sun is a beautiful energy, and it's a major arcana. It tells us to remind ourselves of the glory that the Sun gives us. It gives us life. So it's like a real boost of energy to your life and to your ideas and your prospectus and your directions and your energy and your health, absolutely everything. So really jump on the Sun when the energy's coming through. Get outdoors, enjoy the outdoor energy, connect with the Sun physically, wear yellow, address your solar plexus energy through your body, which is here, and energize it and strengthen it. This is about inner strength as well. It's definitely about conception, and it can be about new relationships. And because you've got these two surrounding it, it feels as though some of you may very well be in for a new relationship, and it could be with a water sign energy. So this again is a sort of a proposition along those lines. It can very much be connected somehow to your heart. So whether or not a proposition comes to you about a project you're even passionate about or you're really driven about, that's also the potentiality, not just a romantic interest, but there could be one coming for you. So we move down here to this bottom card and we see another air sign card, your own type of energy. It's the Nine of Swords. It's the only really black one in the whole reading. And given that it's black, it often talks to us about night time, quite literally. So often this card can indicate insomnia. So some of you who are having sleeping problems, it might be a time to address them with good sleeping regimes, such as going to bed early or turning off your technology and reading a book for a while, eating foods that help us to sleep, or herbal medicines that can help you to sleep, doing Reiki or relaxation courses, or lowering your anxiety. You can also be having dreams at this time, or even nightmares that may frighten you or wake you up. Look into them, find out why you're having them, expand on them, see how you can address them within your own psyche and your hidden side, or the side that you have your fears in. See if you can address them and externalize them and release them. You do have this card next to it, the Three of Swords, so these two somehow may be related. There could be some tension going on here, or some fears or worries about relationships, and possibly there is a period of time here where there may be relationships falling by the wayside, and there could be more than one person involved, so there could be three people. Sometimes this is even indicative of divorce or separation, and again that would make logical sense here with this anxiety and tension that's going on, this inner turmoil. It can sometimes be involved or be there when there are three people involved, so the potentiality of affairs or a third person coming into a relationship one way or another that just causes tension. And I don't necessarily mean physical affairs. It could be business affairs that a third person's brought into, or even just a group of friends where a third person comes in and it just balances the status quo. But often it does mean endings, and it tells us that when there are endings, what is the next step? New beginnings. And this card, the Magician, perfect magic, the number one, brand new startings. So remember, when you have endings, they happen for a reason, and they usually progress us on further in life to our next step. And that's exactly what we're here to do. We're here to learn and grow and continue to move and evolve. When you get an ending like that and you get a powerful card right next to it with another one above it, giving double the energy, you're almost getting like being lit by a power surge or firecrackers or something to the heavens, and they're saying to you, let go of all this, pass it out and grab onto this opportunity, because this is where you will empower yourself to move forward into this creative connection as you move into June. The Magician is magical, as is the sun. They are mighty, they're eternal, they're like, they have the never-ending life cycle above them, so they often have karmic influences around them, past life energies, bringing that and rebalancing it, cleansing it and renewing it into this life. You can choose whether it's love, finances, career, intellect, creativity. But when it comes knocking on your door, be ready to grab it, because it's there for a short time. And if you don't grab it, it will just sail on by and you'll miss a whole lot of wonderful opportunities. And your last card for the month is this Page of Wands. Again, he is looking out and into the next month. He is very creative. He exudes ideas, thought, knowledge, inspiration, starting of projects, the brand new essence of everything new and beginning and exciting. He could literally be a person who is in the month, who is in either your family or your workforce area. Often he is associated with careers and workforce, so it could be a person around you that's either promoting an idea for you or making you get that creative connection within. Sometimes they are younger because he is a page, and often they don't necessarily stay around for a long time, but he's playing a role somehow in your month of May. So there you are, Gemini. I really like your reading. It's got a lot going on. You have moments in the month where you're unsure and you are wondering which way to go, but you gain an awful lot of extra universal energy and support and strength, and I think you sort a lot out yourself if you apply yourself and work logically and temper things out throughout the month. And you certainly have this great energy around of happiness and stability somewhere in your life, and you also have moments of fairly quite strong spiritual connection and the ability to perhaps perceive why you feel any tensions or worries at any directions you're going in your life, and take the time to sort them through and work on them.